So hello everyone, welcome to the new day and new vlog. I hope you have watched yesterday's video and enjoyed it. If not, then you can go and watch that video. If I talk about today's vlog, today's video, you can see right behind there I have my apartment. I have talked about that when I shifted here. But today you can say is the very first day of my class at my School of Engineering at UAB Barcelona in Spain. For people who do not know, I came to Barcelona to Spain few days back, and I've been going to different ESN events, UAB events or other activities. You must have seen also the La Merce festival, but today is the day when I officially, you can say, start my classes, courses in engineering school. So let's see how that goes. I'll share my experience. Right now I'm going towards the metro station because first I have to take a metro, then I have to take a train. So I'll show you the route as well. So from right here I'm going toward Lisieux station, and I think when I'll show you the glimpse, then you will also get an idea how, if you are living in the city, you go towards University UAB Barcelona. The campus is near, or you can say in Bellaterra. And here you can notice the amazing view of the area, which is called Gothic Quarters, you can say, or the whole town, whole city part of Barcelona. And while I go, you can notice various shops, various tourists as well there. Now from here you can notice this street, and I'm close to the metro stop. You can see the metro sign. So this is the entrance point for the Lisieux station. So I'll use I think metro will come in sometime. You can see one passing by. Although I've talked about this T-Mobility card in a separate video, you can watch that video as well. I'll try to put its link in the description. So metro is finally here, you can see. And finally I'm at Plaza Catalunya stop. So till here I came by metro. It was the next stop, and now I have to take a train to go to the university. So from here itself, I think I can exit from here. This is a kind of hall, you can say, which is there, and now I can see the train sign S1, S2, which is right there. And here it's mentioned as well. And see on the board, S2 train is departing in 7 minutes. So again, I did the entry from the gate, and now I have to go to the platform. Okay, so platform 1, S2 train is going in 7 minutes. The direction is here. So here you can notice this is S1 train, which is here, but I have to take S2. So it's good. In the station only you can change from metro to the train, and just I entered from the other side. It was right next to it. And now the S2 train has finally arrived at this platform. So let's go inside first of all, and here you can see there are various seats, so I think take any of them. It's almost 11:54 now, and it will take some time to reach university. So it's almost 12:37, and finally with this S2 train I reached University Autonoma station. And see, from here I'll go downstairs. First of all I have to exit. So first of all let's use this car and exit. And here you can notice finally I entered. Here you can notice I think there is this flag sign as well. And see, now here you can notice various buildings, and that is Plaza Civica. And you can say I've been here few times, for many UAB events which were there. This used to be for some of the events and meeting point. But now, see, here you can notice that cafeteria. I have to go that way because the School of Engineering building is on that side. And also I have an appointment with my coordinator today. Although it's almost 1 o'clock, I got the appointment for 1:15. My classes starts means in a later time, so I still have enough time, I guess. And as I walk, you can notice these are various faculties, buildings which are there, sociology or economics faculty. Although when we had the tour, we visited these various buildings, so you can watch that vlog as well. And look at this amazing view as I walk by. There are various places. Some of the, I think, shops are there, sitting arrangement is there, faculty building is there, and also one of the libraries on that side. And you can say School of Engineering is few minutes away from this end. And there is the place where I came, for the Human Tower event. They used to do that in some specific days. Although we also had one engineering school, welcome session at that place, so I visited that building. It's right in front of SAF building, which you can say where they had these gyms and other facilities as well. On the way you can notice this bus stop, and I have to go on the left hand side there. So now there you can notice the SF building, and I'm going that side. There we have the engineering faculty, or you can say the School of Engineering. So I'm almost here, and as we go up from this side, there you can notice School of Engineering is written, and this is the entrance door, you can see, to enter inside. And now I'm finally inside. This is how this building looks like. You can see I think there is this information office as well. Now I think I can go up from this side. So here you can notice one of the board signs as well. So as you can see, I'm inside. I think there are various ways or various paths from where you can go, like up from this side, also from this corridor. But I asked at the information center regarding the appointment, and they asked me to wait. I think my coordinator is right there. So there I went and asked. So it's almost 1:03 now. So I think first I'll attend my appointment and will share the information what I get, because I think some things needs to be activated for example the account, because I need to get the account here, how things work here. So my coordinator told that she would be giving some info regarding it, so I'll collect that, because as I told you, today I start with my lecture, so it's good to have some insights regarding it as well. And right now I'm at this waiting area. You can see good sitting arrangement here, and from there I entered. And now let's see what happens at the appointment. Finally the appointment is done, and now from there I'm going towards the cafe. So from here you can notice right there I'm going. And now, although I've exited the cafeteria from that side because I did not see any options till now to have something, but I think I'll go to some other place to have something, and then I'll share the information part as well, what happened at this appointment, that you can say. And now from there I came to this another cafeteria which is right there. So finally I'm inside this cafeteria now, ordered some coffee from there, and finally the coffee is here. And you can see this is the glimpse of this cafeteria where I'm currently now. Now I'm out of this cafeteria building. It's almost 3 o'clock now. I have my class at 5 o'clock, but I had to come at this time because of my appointment with my coordinator here. And while I'm going from there, you can notice some people are making, I think, or getting ready for the human tower there. Now I'm finally here and I'm thinking to get something from this cafeteria. And now after having coffee, I'm again here with Amal, waiting to get some pizza. So we are standing in line, to get the coupon first of all, and then maybe we try pizza at this cafeteria. Now I got my chocolate croissant and a receipt, and from here I can give this receipt to get the pizza. How's the croissant, Amal?
Really good. I like
This is Amal's suggestion and it's really amazing. And you can,
But the French croissant, it's the best one.
yeah, it's so good. And here you can see the pizza is being prepared now. So now you see the pizza vegetale is finally here. It looks so good. And this is the first time I'm trying this, and it's quite different. I think we got it for some 7 or 8 euros, and I think it should be worth it. So let's have that because I'm quite hungry now. So I had 2 bites of them, and man, believe me, this pizza is quite good. So if you are here, then you can come here and try this pizza vegetale. So the pizza is over. You can notice I'm in front of this library, and now if I give you some information part, what happened at the appointment when I was at the engineering building, since I have some time now. So I went there to my coordinator. I received an email. She said there was an enrollment form, you can say, where the subjects were mentioned, and also there was a student insurance fee that I had to pay after that process, which was €4.02. So that I paid by card itself when the process was done. And in the process, she asked me to visit maybe one website, cv.uab.cat, if that is the correct one. And on that I had to go set up my login account for UAB. So I had my NIU, or you can say NIA number. With that I log in and I set up a new password for that. So now I can use my UAB account with that particular number and password. And she also asked me to download an application like the UAB application. There I also had to upload my photo for the virtual card. So she said it will take at least 1 day for that. So I think I have to wait for that, but I uploaded the photo as well. So all these processes I think were done. And if you come here, you can directly go to the coordinator, ask them, and maybe she can assist you like she assisted us. Although we tried checking the mail, but there was an issue coming, but I think it will take some time to get resolved. But yeah. And also one more thing I received, you can see this UAB folder or file for my documents, I guess. So this is also good. So this is the folder that I received, and I was told that in some time, the subjects for which I'm enrolled will be visible, and maybe some information from there I'll get. So I think my account is set up. I'll check that once again, but this is the process what happened there. And one more thing, while setting up, when I had this NIU number which I had to mention, then I had to mention my mail ID. I used my Gmail ID for instance, and then I received an OTP, and when that was verified, then I was able to set up a new password, or you can say set up a new account for the UAB activities. I think the virtual campus also, which you can say. But still I have 1 hour for my classes to start, so we'll share that experience as well. And now you must have seen the frame is changed. I'm going towards School of Engineering faculty for my very first class at UAB Barcelona. You can see from this, and I'm going towards that side. So I'll try to enter from that side. So let's go inside the building. So I asked here, I have to go to seminar room F, and they told me that you have to go to 3rd floor first of all. Here I can see some people were coming out, and I think here is the lift which I'll take. I'm inside the lift going towards the 3rd floor now. So finally I'm out of here. I can see this corridor. Okay, so I'm at this corridor now. I think here I have the seminar room. I have to navigate to room number F now. That's good. I think it's on the other side or other corridor where I have to go, because I'm at the correct floor, which is 3rd floor now. So from here I'll go to navigate the room first of all. Now I asked someone, I think it's at the end there straight. So here now I can notice seminar F is written there. So this is the class from this side I came. So let's attend it. It's quite interesting. My very first class here in Barcelona in Spain. We'll see how it goes and then we'll share the insight and the experience part as well. So finally the class is over. I'll go out and then we'll talk. Now as I go back, you can see there are some students who are protesting with some banners. That's also quite interesting to see. So it's almost 7:20 now and I was thinking just to talk right now, regarding the experience of this, you can say first lecture, first class at university, because this is my first time coming to Barcelona studying in Spain, although I think some points needs to be discussed further when I attend more lectures. But today I attended one of the classes and if I talk about the pattern, one of the point of distinction that I noticed, the class happened at seminar room. In seminar room, you can say there are around 12 or 13 students. So first, when I entered, the professor who was there asked that you sit in front of each other. So we sat like a conference room, like round there, and he sat, with us, next to us, and he discussed like, first of all, tell me your background, what you have studied, what you have done, why you chose this program, which subjects you chose, what is the purpose of choosing these subjects. And one by one, part by part, the professor discussed about the topic. So maybe, for example, today he discussed about the data compression. For example, started with the very, you can say, basic point, what is data. And the other point that I noticed was, there was like no presentation, but the thing was, he was saying that you have to be involved in the lectures. So what happened, maybe he raised one question, what is data? Now from there, other question keeps on emerging. And suppose the students who are answering the questions, so he was asking term by term, what is that, and you discuss all in one. So it was more of an interactive session, you can say, with the professor. He was very friendly, and also point by point he discussed some parts, like how is the assessment going to be, like there will be a project which is going to be involved, for your assessment. Maybe you have to present that project, maybe you can present individually, because since we are around 12 people in this lecture. And also regarding what you want to code, like if you have to code, you can choose in which language you want to code, what you want to study. You tell me, in a way that which topic you want to work on, which part you want to touch. So if you ask me, then I'll tell you that can you go with that or not. So it was quite, different experience, because like we were all the time, you can say it was a 2-hour lecture from 5 till 7, and we were interacting around that. And also one of the point that was discussed, like when the coding experience was discussed, then he told us that you have this 1 semester time. So if you don't have any background, you will learn throughout the lecture. There would be some maybe assignments, homework involved, like I told you before I went to my coordinator to activate my virtual campus system, you can say. So there I think we'll get some updates. But he also told that it's also about the assessment, but about getting knowledge about the subject, how you understand the concepts which are there and how you implement those concepts in the project that you would be doing. So this I got to know that there would be some kind of project involved, maybe some final presentation which we have to give, and I think it will involve 70% of the weightage of our assessment, and I think rest 30% would be the other tasks which will be there. But I think part by part we'll get to know all these informations. And like it was an introductory session, so the professor also introduced about himself, told about himself, and asked other students, what are your backgrounds, like I told you, from where you came. So there were people from different nationalities, and you get to talk with them. And it was, as I said, you can write things down, but there was a whiteboard, so he was writing some of the topics, some of the things on the whiteboard, that what you can expect in the upcoming lectures. And there was one more person, so he told that some of the lectures maybe this professor will take, and some of the lectures I will take regarding machine learning. So there are all these points which were discussed, you can say, like an overview of this subject or the assessment part of this lecture. So it was quite interesting, because like I said in the starting as well, the interesting part was this, like when I used to go to some classes in Germany, maybe I'll make in a separate or talk in a separate video about this experience, maybe how it is different, if it is different than Germany. But this point I noticed that it happened in seminar room. So 12 students almost are there, and then you talk within themselves, you interact with the professor and with the students as well. So you present your opinion as well. So it is quite interesting, I would say, to attend today's lecture, my very first lecture at the university. And I'm right here, you can see this place. There is also this library here. We also, had a tour. So you can also watch that video regarding a tour of the university. And I hope you have also enjoyed, got some information, some insight regarding today's video of me starting from my house, coming to this point, like having meeting appointment with my coordinator, and also attending my very first lecture here. And also you got some information regarding what happened when I went to my coordinator. Although I'll try to cover this in some other separate video regarding the enrollment process or the process that happened with my coordinator, so that you can just directly go to that video and watch things related to that. But as I told you, in today's experience, because it happened today, so it was good that I'll share some of the informations like at the same day, so that you get the very fresh idea about it. So even if you have doubt, you can go to your coordinator, and she or he might help you regarding the issues that you have, or maybe activate your account and tell you the procedure. Like I said, I also received the information on the mail, my enrollment I think form or enrollment page, you can say, or PDF file via mail, where the subjects are mentioned. Although what is learning agreement and how I chose these subjects, all these topics are there. I'll try to cover them in separate videos so that you can have in detail idea about that. So I think I'll end this vlog now by thanking everyone, also the professor who took the lecture and also the coordinator who did the entire process for me today. And rest like, comment, share, subscribe. It doesn't take much time. Bye bye, ciao ciao, namaste, chalo, adios. See you in new day, new vlog. Also, you can go to different playlists and watch videos according to your interest. Now you can also go to new launch playlist regarding Barcelona, regarding Spain, to watch videos accordingly. And also there is a new playlist regarding La Merce festival, which I attended, you can say, few days back. You can watch related videos in that as well. Bye bye.